a one-day awareness program on child rights and child protection, organized by Nagaland State Commission for Protection of Child Rights in collaboration with District Child Protection Unit Dimapur. Let me read out the program as follows. Program agenda, time 10:30 to 11 a.m. registration. Moderator Srimati Mohammed Yadan, Chairperson CWC Dimapur. Welcome address Srimati Yonchinkamla, NCS Secretary Social Welfare and Secretary Nscpcr. Keynote address Sri Alan Hansing, Chairman Nscpcr. Short speech Dr. Tina Jongshi-Chang, NCS Deputy Commissioner Dimapur. Overview of the Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act, highlighting on adoption rules, Srimati Lichani Murray, Legal Consultant, Nscpcr. Understanding the POCSO Act and Safeguarding the Rights of Trafficked Victims, Srimati Akamla Longchari, Member Nscpcr. Rights of children with regard to education, vis-a-vis right to education with emphasis on child labor, Srimati Ayin Wangsha, Member Nscpcr. A brief report on child-related cases in the district, Sri Avika Zimomi, Dcpu Dimapur. Open house discussion. Vote of thanks, Srimati Alumi Sumi, Project Coordinator, CHL Dimapur, followed by lunch. Before we move on to the program, I would request our dear sir, Sri Avika Zimomi, to please come up here and give a presentation to our esteemed guests. Dr. Tina Joshi-Chang, NCSDC Dimapur. Srimati Ayin Wangsha, Member Nscpcr. Srimati Akamla Longchari, Member Nscpcr. Srimati Yongching Kamla, NCS Secretary Social Welfare and Secretary Nscpcr. And Srimati Lichani Murray, Legal Consultant, Nscpcr. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairperson, Srimati Manla, Chairperson, CWC Dimapur. And thank you for the time given to me. I take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you to attend this one-day awareness program on child rights and child protection that is organized by the Nagaland State Protection for Child Rights in collaboration with the District Child Protection Unit Dimapur, which is under the scheme of Mission Vatsalya, and in Nagaland, that is also under the Social Welfare Department. Indeed, today we are very honored to have with us the Chairman and its members from the Nagaland State Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Sri Alun Hansing, and many of you may know him since he was posted here many times in Dimapur district also. He has served as an administrative officer in many districts of Nagaland in various capacities, and also as the head of the department, and also as Commissioner Secretary HOD to the government of Nagaland when he retired from his service, that is Nscpcr. We are honored to have the members, Srimati Akamla Longchari and Srimati Ayin Wangsha, and from the legal fraternity. Many will know Akamla Longchari because she is from the legal background and she has worked as master trainer and state coordinator in Nagaland Legal Service Authority, and she was also the legal aid counsel for the Juvenile Justice Board and also a total member of Child Welfare Committee, Kohima District. And member Ayung Wangsha, she is an educationist, and she has served in one of the oldest higher secondary school of the Gongyak Baptist Church Association, and she was also the chairman of Child Welfare Committee, Mon District. I welcome all of you. I especially welcome, and my gratitude goes to our Deputy Commissioner, Dr. Dinu Chongshi, for his presence in our midst today. Your ready acceptance to the Commission's request, we deeply appreciate, and also, in spite of your heavy schedules with the current situations, with all those problems as we know it, since even me, I took 6 hours to reach Dimapur. So in spite of all those things, you have done all your possible help for this catering for today's awareness program from your end, and sir, we thank you and deeply appreciate. I welcome the officers, I should say as the line department, for this child protection and child rights, as the stakeholders from who are present today. We find that they are from the Chief Medical Office, Deputy Labor Commissioner Dimapur, and District Education Office, Dimapur. I welcome all of you for attending this awareness program. I'm indeed very happy and welcome the various fraternity from the civil societies. As per the information given to all, I think we have the participants from the Naka Council, Dimapur, Naka Women Hoho Dimapur, Naka Student Union Dimapur, from the District Legal Service Authority Dimapur, Gangparas, the village councils, the ward representatives from Dimapur Municipal Council, and we also have from the Social Welfare Department all the child care institutions of the Dimapur District, and the District Hub for Women Empowerment for Women, Dimapur. I welcome all of you. And I feel that this gathering is very important, along with all of us sitting in the dais also, because we are all here for our children who doesn't have a voice of their own, because it is the elders who have to save them, who have to guide them, and who have to protect them. And I feel that till the end of this session, we have our resource persons who will be giving us on the overview of Juvenile Justice Care and Protection Act, highlighting on the adoption rules also from our legal consultant of state Nscpcr, Srimati Lichani Muri, and also from the 2 members, Akamla Longturi, on the topic understanding the POCSO Act and safeguarding the rights of traffic victims, and Srimati Ayung Wangsha, rights of children with regard to education, which is right to education with emphasis on child labor. And the most important thing, we'll have a report from our Dcpu, that is District Child Protection Office, on the child-related cases in Dimapur District. So I welcome all of you and bear with us to sit till the end of the session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen present here, Well, for the benefit of everyone, I would like to speak both in Nagamese as well as in English. Ito ami keynote address kobole taka to main to commission to ki ase ki karne commission to uthaise ito yan lot share korobo. See ito commission to 2005 te under CPCR, Commission for Protection of Child Rights Act, Tadebra established today. The National Commission for Protection of Child Rights came into being in 2007. Then eventually our state also passed in the assembly in Inigakurina Amihanbi 2013 Idu Nagaland State Commission for Protection of Child Rights to institute correction. Inigakurina 2015 le Amihanbi are rules ulaise child rights law rules. That's how it is. Asol kobo gele Inigakurina child rights to ulaise to kobo beshi lamba jabo. Aru beshi interesting bhi ase beshi lamba bhi ase. Idu prithvi de child rights koina first idea that was in the 18th century de asbe France prasuru korise iniga korina hegena tahan. Then later on some few countries adopted iniga korna League of Nations ahise after the First World War tatebra iniga korina tatebi child rights to importance dikina aise or be man established koro parnai. Then later on after the Second World War in the United Nations which comprises of more than 100 nations iniga korigina suru korigina child rights importance to dikina aise iniga korna aise aro aji saise koile when we look at it those countries which have taken cognizance of the child rights, they are today the most developed advanced country in the world. It was because they know the importance of children. Children are the backbone of the nation. Walutani the importance to Janiabra. Children's love full right to implement Koreana. Children kan bacha han ke kinia hoaya kurbo. They have kept everything in place, proper place. Today, those are the countries, mostly in Europe and the Western world. They are the most advanced country in the world. We are also not too late for that. Yes, when we say children are the backbone of the nation, action koro lage aru aji kiman jon amihan yada joma borina ase you all are most important people. We are all stakeholders in this. The government is stakeholders, the government of Nagaland, and they are also fully committed in protecting the child rights. Then some other departments are there, line departments like for instance like medical, child health side, education department as a school education, that reminded me of my phone also. So it is like that. India, Korea, Kunba Bhavana Korba, the commission here as a stakeholder to Nohele CWC, Dcpu kan as a Nohele child line kan as a India we go to. It is not like that. Because every home has a children. Every parent is a stakeholder. Every uncle, every auntie, every elder brother, every elder sister is a stakeholder. Itu amihan bujiwo lage iniga kurigina amihan kiniga kurigina bacha hanga kohaido bhal kurigina safe environment create kuro lage itu ase. So for that the commission is there to monitor all those bodies like CWC, Dcpu, then the district administration of the government department can be, whether the programs, policies, it will take up Kora handle, whether it is implemented in a proper way or not. The commission is there to monitor all those things, and the commission has been mandated to monitor that. It was it, and it is an autonomous statutory bodies. If we feel that some government policies are not in accordance with the child rights, then we have the commission can even write to the government, suggest corrective measures in Iran. So we are vested with those legal power also, that which you all should know. Itu iniga ekta ase. To ami ando sumoto power be ase. But then though we are vested with sumoto power, it does not mean that every case ulabo amihan commission will take care of it. It's not like that. If it is like that, if we do like that, then what is the purpose of having DCPU, JJP, CWC, to tahan thik pra kam greyas na to monitor korbo. Then after that, if they find it difficult or this and that, iniga hoise bole, or if they are deviating according to the decision thik noy bole, then the commission comes in. But somebody may think that directly commission will take up all those things, responsibility of the commission. Iniga bhi bhabibo pare. Iniga bhi noy. So these are some sort of clarification, as well as the function and the purpose of the commission, which I am sharing with you. And I think with these few words, I mean, mula time that the kotom gobo kile mane ite amihan discourse khambi thaki bole ase. The main part to ahanai ite bi. The main part to amihan la itu Juvenile Justice Act la apne ke bujai debo in brief there. Otherwise all the jailebi amihan khotum na hobo edo explain kori na. Itu nisna ase Juvenile Justice Act la janai debo in brief, POCSO Act la bi in brief to janai debo, then right to education la, then of course this child labor la bi itu, then adoptions kan labi itu kan besok touch kori na ibo short itu kada abunan bi mon digena hunibi kilo mane abunan aji hado khali hunule hanoi. You are not here to come and participate as a listener. You are here to, we feel that you have come here to learn something, and then accordingly you disseminate that information to the others. So that is the role which you have to play, and it is our fervent request that you all bear with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Today, it is the wishes of many organizations to have this kind of awareness program. I'd like to thank the chairman and also the team of Nscpcr for organizing this kind of awareness program in Dimapur. Aji yadi aman jama brado ekdam aman poila bra different organization kan bra inga awareness program lobonagi koigana huti dagise to amambi time na paina tagise olibi aji amala chairman bra loigena itu awareness program aman so government service hobi, civil societies can be hobi, NGOs can be hobi, aro bishi manu itu kan child protection laga NGOs kan itu children's home nishna ki run kurabi bishi ase to itu kan ama ki puchai di bole to make us understand what is the right or what to be done for us. Itu anidia gani. First of all, thank you so much. I won't take much time. Aji ami laga understanding do like Aji Nscpcr itu ledo. One is the right of the children, The other is to protect them. Itu nishina bujas. Kilmani see as a child, it is sergan kwa nishina. They don't know anything, but it is us. Amangan brahi bujawo lagi. Child right ki ase bole, they have every right to education. They have every right to nutrition, health. Na itu one time la right ekta ase. Aru idu provide kurule. Today we have many departments like social welfare khan ase, medical khan ase. So itu one nishina taigan laga. Itu ki taigan ekta children, ekta child ki support tibo lagi itu one. Aru itu hi noy holibe aman aji yadi kiman jun chama guena ase. It is our duty to give this right to the children and also protection. Saishe bole do now see earlier we never heard about like abuses, child abuse kan na sexual abuse nishna bajagan ki noli ki edu like domestic abuse edu one nishna thake. But now if we see every day nishna edu child abuse laga issues come out in paper, print media, nole kiki na aman edu sob nias. So I think it is our duty, each and every one of us, yadi kiman jun boigena ase, our duty to give protection. And for that, like aji laga nishna awareness to bishi lage. It doesn't mean like aman khali hunni ganai chawol no hoy. Will be I think as a leader of different organizations, villages, aman bi itu right to janina aro ki common bra act pass kurina se itu janina thagile. I think we can save the children from this kind of different kind of abuses, and also we can give them the right time what they deserve. So itu bra, I request each and every one of you to kindly bra last tak hunigana aman yati attend kurado ekta benefit paigana chabo wena bisas tangor bra ami time dia gani iman da koi dia. Thank you.
So without further, I'll just continue with my topic: ensuring rights, providing protection on Juvenile Justice Act, and also on the adoption rules. So mohan so manu hunishina nai pacha khan ge til kura khan stakeholders kan like the Dcpu or the child line or the CWC kan do Juvenile Justice Act ko ina do hunina takiwo. Many people, common people or civil organizations can do public can do mohan idu Juvenile Justice Act to kia se na koi gina kunba manu do bhavna kori thakibo. Only idu act to pacha khan karne takhala rights aro takhala protection karne idu act to mohan la Indian Constitution, Indian law de right idu mohan la pacha khan karne rakhi dishe koi gina nan ke jane de ase. Mohan pacha koilero mohan pacha ase, they are innocent aro pacha ase mohan tamor khan bra kotha koilero hoi jawo na ama baba bra kali dishe koilebe noilebe force kurishe koilero pacha do kotha mani jawo koikina mohan bishi manu pacha khan ke treat kuri holebe pacha hoilebe choto hoilebe tahala they have a small heart, they have a small brain. Likewise, tahan be physically, emotionally be tahan be manu ase. And amahan be so manu chutu hoy gina hi mohan be tangwa hoy na. So like an adult na mohan adult kan nishina pachakan be tahan rights aro protection thang hi ase de kuna janai di ase. Juvenile Justice Act de rado mo yati charta points hi panai dina se. Charta points idu active ra takhan phal bra mohan ke define kona ko ase. To pacha khan ke kinaka sabo lage noilibi pacha khan ke do kinaka ki hoile pacha khan ke mohan deal kurbo lage noile takhan ke sabo lage hoile do catering to child development needs na. Most important thing is pacha laga physical, emotional, mental, psychological well-being do takhan ke development process thaka time de takhan ke power mohan ra as a parents, as a guardian mohan ra takhan ke raise grow lage with confidence. Mohan bishi dikhe bai ase na mohan pacha khan do mohan ra kinaga product kre mohan ra kinaga uthai udu hesa pra tamor hwa pichide bi takhan udu laga nature re ahi jai
suppose ekta bacha to mistreat kurise taila parents pra baba ama pra mistreat kurise tai gedo hotai compare kurise noile bi mistreat kurise kole to tai laga mental psychological well being bi tamor hoa bichide manu logo society logo bi confidence na thaki jabo depression bi ho jabo aru especially kunba to takhan laga behavioral disorder bi bishi thaki na mohan dikhi pai ase. And when mohan pachagan kitia power raise kurana igole do mohan tamor habichide there are so many issues na with husband and wife kan lobby issues tagi jase. There are so many broken families in our society also, and I'm sure like Amnala district DHU kan bi tagi ase, and they may be handling such kind of set cases. To inala cases kan do mohan root cause to sashi kule do ki ase kule do from the beginning na pachalaga product kina raise kurise tatira mohan trace out kurole bi pare goina dikhi pai ase. Second is a child friendly atmosphere and approach na to pachakan do mohan pacha ase koigena takan la hisab ra takan la age hisab ra mohan deal kurwa lage. So in our Naga society, we feel and we think that 14 years old, 15, 16, 17, 18 years we should go. Abna hando tamor manu ishe. Ida to tamor manu kan logo kam kuribi. Tamor manu laga society de group de pirabi koigina mohan we encourage that. But when we look power saishe go do nakala mental emotional maturity do hwanai do. Na physically the tamor hobo pare tamor lampa hobo pare holi takala mental psychological do maturity de ahanai to itu kan ke kao tamor hoile bi taila age to saigena mohan right atmosphere noli tahan ke approach kotha kwa time de tahan laga level hesap ra as an adult mohan ra chaigena tahan ke kotha ko lage koigena bi jeje active ra pase. Thirdly is keeping the child best interest in mind na. Most important thing, as I've already mentioned, that even a child has a small heart, na, a small brain, as a small human being ase. To takami manu ase, to takami takala khushi pa na pa thake, na. To mohan pachakan laga best interest. Pachakra mo yati chawale munai, mo achi du kurole munai koile do. Not all 100% takala kotha mani bi no hoy. Holiwi in a child-friendly approach, na, our atmosphere ra mohan pachakan ke. Deal kurwa lage, nuli tahan ke sawa lage. Mohan kile kole pachakan ke child friendly atmosphere and approach lage kole to. As our previous speaker has already mentioned that children are our future, our tomorrow. Na to mohan ra itia ra power ra tahan ke raise up kuranai good upbringing, nuli good tahan ke behavioral kan ke sikanai kole to mohan la future to kina ho. I think that is a question I want to keep it to you all. JJ Act rather aro ekta father rehabilitation of a child na rehabilitation ki ase kole do itu to moi ahibo olo pichene holiwi mohan ra JJ Act ra pachakun ba khor na takya manukon orphan kan abandoned kan or who are facing domestic violence or sexual exploitation or sexual abuse kan ke rehabilitation rakhi dia ase. And in our district also we have a special home, observation home in the state of Nagaland also na homes kan bi pachakala bishi ase. To idu khande with the stakeholders, those who are working with a child takhan bra as the procedures la hesabra takhan ke rehabilitate kuwa. No itia moi pachalaga iman koina aise. So who is the child na, who is a juvenile? To mohan moi akede ko anishna mohan tamor hishe kole do 14-15 years ase kole do mohan tamor manu ase pabi ase liwi as per the law below the age of 18 years kan do pacha koi child koi. So we should all keep in our mind that below the age of 18 years are still a child. Juvenile Justice Act there are two categories defined kurna se. So we have the juvenile conflict with law and children who needs care and protection. Aji JJ Act laga kotha kobo koile do aji din brabi khatam na hobo idu ek hafta brabi khatam na hobo months brabi khatam na hobo idu lan discussions cheshe kole koliwe aji to moi do ini in brief na moi amhan ke koi dibo juvenile conflict with law khan kun khan ke ko ase kun pacha khan ke ko ase bole do a child below the age of 18 years khan who has committed a crime na crime koile do murder, rape, theft, robbery khan pacha khan with an adult na tangor manu khan bra muhan bra kon bra thamkai she noile ahi yadi jawo achi tu itu kam kuro de koigina muhan ina crime commit kura khan itu khan ke to juvenile conflict with law koi to itu juvenile conflict with law pacha crime commit kura khan to mohala district te Dimapur kun bra sai bole do we have a juvenile justice board. I think they are present here today. To tahan ra sao aro tahan do moi akede ko nishina pacha khan laga mental status tahan la capacity hesab ra tahan ge counseling dibo noli approach to in a child friendly atmosphere and approach ra tahan la cases to deal kro to holi pacha ta do crime commit kurishe tai rape kurishe murder kurishe to mohan bhavna kore tamor manu gan nishina lock up te loi jawo nohile jail de loi jawo ina bhavna kore holi pacha kan ke to ina no hoy below the age of 18 years kan do juvenile justice board kan bra pacha kan nishina thana de bi na rakhibo holi pacha bra aji to moi la case to lobole mon nai aji to moi statement dibole mon nai aji to moi do alchi lagi ase kotha kobole mon nai kole do we can easily extend na tahan re extend grow next date te nohile they can even give a child na break ti gina ta khai tala statement khan holi noli tala cases khan do chunibo idu nishna children who needs care and protection ekta category de ase to idu children in need of care and protection do ki ase bole mohala state de bishi khuni ase mohan so idu la pacha khan do who are homeless and with no subsistence na khor na thaka manu khan nohile orphan khan nohile pacha paigena kunba do streets te phekai dia khan nohile kunba do sexual abuse kura khan POCSO Act attract kura khan na sexual exploitation nohile truck abusers or truck trafficking khan nishna aro kunba pacha do physically mentally nohile bimar tangor pukhya pacha khan bi thake heart patients kan nishna nole theng khan pia hwa kan nishna nole mentally stable no hwa kan nishna nole be kunba manu do domestic helper koina mohan bishi rakhi ase no domestic helper kan rakhya time de tahala basic necessities kan sai dia ase morom guna rakhya ase ina koi holiwi behind the scene na tahala working hours be beyond the time limit pachara na para laga kam na morning ra uthigina kam kurya do rati tak kurwale te khana bi time de na khelai na pacha ase development stage ase to idu khan nishina nohile be kunba ra do mare na so pacha mare koi now idu yadi pishi contradict kurina moi huni ba ase to mohala pacha ase na mariwo lage ina pishi manu bhabe holibi as a child pacha khan do as a I so mono I think everyone is a parent most 80% of parents it dikya nishina se to mohan ka mohala pacha khan ki bi discipline kuri mohala pacha khan ne olop to mariwo holibi stick thuri na mare holibi itu maria do it's not like mohan itu misunderstood pishi kuri ase de parents khan ra sikai ase to itu maria se that is not a domestic abuse one hoy ta ge discipline kuri ase in with good intention na holi mo social media de dikhi ase ajikali pacha khan ge process thaki kena na kala guna phases khan bi kala guna maria khan bi ase so in moi case ekta ko moala district ekta de pacha ekta domestic helper thakise tai dikshi bhara thula nai hola tala malik pra still will ratala face case crop kudishe na so this kind of things are domestic abuse ase do to itu mohan puchibo lage difference to puchibo lage as a parent or as an elder mohan pacha ekta ke puchai diase holibi we should not cross that limitation boundary to cross na kuro lage na itu mohan itu power understand kuro lage so inhala pacha khan ke do we children who needs care and protection koi aro itu kon do mohan district we have a child welfare committee koi gina thaki ase 5 members itia mohala moderator mohala Dimapur la chairperson ase so takhan bra itu khan nishina pacha khan ke sai So itu pacha mohan itia man ko ase mohan sob stakeholders ase holibi government debi stakeholders actually to thakibo lage na to mohan la state of Nagaland one pacha khan ke samano kon kon ase kole do we have a mission vatsalia koi kina mohan la state debi ase to idu mohan la madam ekta hi na thaka do madam secretary ase she is leading the mission vatsalia under her aro itu la state la bhitor de do we have a Dcpu child welfare committee Juvenile Justice Board, Child Helpline koigina ina thaki ase. So you can always communicate noiwe takhano interaction kan thaki lage and after that any help or any guidance or any assistance takhano chaigena huti bole pare. One crime itia moi next kobole munjada crime against children. So crime against children the moi tinta points yadi rakhi dina se. So we have the exploitation of child employees. Imprisonment may extend up to 3 years and also fine. Na child employees koile do itatibi mohan bishi contract kore. Child employees koina mohan domestic helpers kan bishi thake mohan state de. To domestic helper thake ase only tala basic necessities to mohan dibo lage like the medical education na basic necessities everything to provide kuro lage even tahala working hour mohan kuro lage mohan cities de saishe kule do pacha khan bishi pak factories mines de kam kura khan bi bishi ase aro mohan la own state de saishe kule do pacha chotu kan hazira mara manu bi bishi ase na aro pacha khan takhan ba kaura na parili bi takhan la physical strength para na parili bi takhan ita palu even metals kan na roads kan pukhya dikhi pai mohan na aro takhan la morning to evening tak takhan kam kura dikhi pai aro as a employer la mon employee kuri na mon pacha khan rakhya khan pra mon tamar manu pacha khan la hazira do alop kom di hoi ja do 100 200 na to pacha khan ke bishi employ kurule try kuri so ina manu khan mohan dikhi pai she kule do imprisonment do 6 months bhi tagya se 2 years bhi tagya se 3 years bhi tagya se to according to the grievances nature of the grievances la hesapra mohan punishment bhi thakibo penalty for giving psychotropic substance abuse koina mohan Dimapur state devi Dimapur district devi bishi huni ase pacha khan aru itu khan to ki ase kole do root cause saise kole do adult khan laga tamar manu khan ra kaldi bi thagi ase na ki ina bhavana krese because as an adult mohan package ekta example drug laga packet ekta to pacha ase manu ramoge pacha itu ke to innocent ase ta to suspect na kurbo koigina la idu auntie ke chaigina dibi idu uncle ke chaigina itu ekpar chaina dibi do ina kola poisa apni ke patao ani bi koigina taige 10 taka 20 taka loina pacha kan ke truck peddlers kan nishina ta kan kam kurole de aro kunba to mohan tamor khan ra amni be olop nimok nishina ase na powder tut laga powder nishina ase koina khai sabi to koina tahan ki test kurule bi de and that becomes a habitual na to mohan tamor manu khan ra pacha khan ke inaga tia dikhi pai ase thuri loise kore do imprisonment for 3 years and fine koigena ko ase idu under the JJ Act punishment for cruelty do moi ko anishina mohan pacha khan ke nichola pacha hoilebi nolebi domestic helper hoilebi manu laga pacha hoilebi mohan bra beyond the boundaries na process khan tamar holai na ta khan ke maria khan chuli khan tani kena chuli khan sob kiri kena maria khan idu khan do cruelty koi to ina khan ke do 6 months or fine or both koina mohan JJ Act bra koi ase so under JJ Act pacha khan la rights khan bi moi olop koi dishe definitions khan olop koi dishe holi yati our most important thing is care support and rehabilitation services koina diase to protection bi diase itu la JJ Act ra to ki ase kole do kitia pacha khan ke inala juvenile conflict with law and children who needs care and protection can get rescue crucial no apprehended crucial kole to kina kuro especially with juvenile conflict with law khan thurishe koile do there are special juvenile police unit koina mohan district bi thaki ase to takhan ra pacha khan ke lobo aro takhan ke protection kina ti ase koile do pacha ase tai crime commit kurishe koile do udu police personnel ra da kite bi uniform lagai gina takhan ke jai gina arrest bi nakrubo handcuff bi nakrubo khali bi pacha ke kotha kwa nishna uncle nishna any cousins kan nishna kotha koi gina tai ke procedure la hisab ra JJP de provide krubo produce krubo aro mohan bhavana kore crime commit kurishe ake nishna jail lockup te jawaina bhavana kore but tai do observation home khan nishna homes khan de jai jawo to mohan kinaga care support krubo lage koile do mohan amhan bishi buni baishina nai in itia child helpline koina bishi ko ase 1098 te amhan toll free de call krubo le paribo mohan amna suppose amna experience hoise amni la neighbors amni la khor manugan pacha kon pa ge abuse kure ase sexual abuse rape hoise mara mari hoise koigena moi police ke pacha ke bi morom kure police khan ke bi report kurole na pare kina ka report kuro na aru moi report kurole da moi ke chani jabo nale bi moi lagai do khor manura moi ge monale moi la friend ra pia pai jabo to kina kuro lage koigena bhavana kura time de do amnahan toll free 1098 te hotai call kuro le parbo tahan 24/7 thaki ase tadi call kurishe kole do apni laga details kan sab confidential hoi jabo kidian juvenile conflict with law or children who needs care and protection kan rescue kurishe noli be apprehended kurishe kole do first and foremost thing do tahan ke counseling di na tahan ge first to counseling dibo tahan further process te tahan lawyer lagi she kole noile bi medical assistance lagi she kole do tahan ke do it to be free of cost tahan ke state departments kan ra tahan ge pacha kan ge free legal aid and free medical services tahan ge dibo aro in the course of those cases cha time de do pacha se mohan bi ini ina do na charibo holi bi parents or guardian kan bi ina la cases do pacha ke matia se achi do pacha la statement lo le se nuli achi do kipek ta ho court kan ra dule board kan ra committee kan ra mati she bole do parents kan ra hotai ta kan ke protect kurna guide kurna itu la process de thakibo koigina koase. And the most important thing is information about the child cannot be released to media. Na mohan previous years to mohan bishi huni baishe pacha khan laga cases kan abuse kan hoise gole do ta la identity sab ulai de utu pacha laga naam tribe papa naam colony naam posti sab ulai dibo but under the JJ Act it's illegal itu to pacha khan lo kitia bi ta khan la identity disclose no khrobo koina mohan ki ko ase to itu kile na ko ase gole do ko nishna pacha khan to mohala future ase mohala generation future generation ase ta khan crime commit kurina thagi she koini bi ta khan to mohan bra tamar manu khan bra bi bishi lampa jabo do age to na life to pacha khan karne itu protection bishi lage itu ra ta khan la identity to disclose na korbo media no helibi police or as a common man as a layman or as a stakeholders pacha ekta thurishe kolebi kunba manura ahina hey itu pacha thurishe koishina kina hoise kolebi itu line of department te thaga manu khan kun brabi itu pacha khan laga identity no helibi cases ki chai ase itu release na korbo and I request all the media personnel also not to release information na pacha khan la identity information na TV ko ina amnan ke bi request koi ase under JJ Act pacha khan ke kile protection dia se kole do itia condition na to mala future ase to takhan bra especially with conflict with law khan to cases khan chuli ase kole do takhan la cases de takhan la records khan deletion kuro after 7 years na tai la case khotom hoise kole do police de roholi JJB de roholi tai la records khan to chulai dibo nole de phekai dibo because tai la future life de nole education life de tai bhavana gro moi to case tate na thakisha sorom lage moi la identity case sorom lage nole be manuge society re accept na kurwa na ki noile depression de jai jawo aru kunba manu do idia do bishi huni ba ase suicidal thoughts bi bishi thagi jai ase na pacha khan to inaga hoa bra itu ma sob sai gena itu han assess kurina Juvenile Justice Act de bra takhange takhala itu protection ekta deletion of records we mohange rakhi diase. Next. So Juvenile Justice Act the right to tuita category punishna itu moi in brief explain kudishe itia do moi adoption rules de all of highlight kudiwo in brief. In India, the adoption process is monitored by the CARA, Central Adoption Resource Authority, and in the state level, we have the State Adoption Resource Authority, SARA. Koigina moala state de thagiasi. So adoption to kya ase koile do next. Mohan Nagaland de do Mohan bishipak adoption koile do illegal hi kuri de bishipak. Itia tak to legally do hoa nai ina khuni ase aro pacha khan illegally adopt krise pacha khan loise koina pacha khan school la documents kan nole further studies chawle time de pacha khan documents lagia den de tara tarina court khan de ta khan declaration kan banawo ta khan la ki kan bishi run around kuria bishi dikhi pa ase so ki adoption kan ki illegal ase bole to mohala na society de saishe bole to maiki ekta bra pacha puki jaise pacha do palibole na pare mota bra bi naloi bole to khor manu kan decide kurigina rap kurna kunba lole monasna lagina lukai gina ni khor majode kotha koigina di de na that is illegal aro kunba do hospitals khan de bi pacha khan paise baba amara chharigina jaise na kuna hospitals khan de bi ini staffs kan ra ho pare we don't know holibi inaga kona kunba nurses kan ra bi loigina pacha manuke pacha na thaga khan ge pacha lole mon thaga khan ge ini illegally adoption kurole de to idu khon bi thurishe kole to talan penalty bi thaki ase de koigina amhan ge janai diase do under the JJ Act na adoption rules khan de kwado parents khan bra conditions fulfill kurwa lage key conditions fulfill kurwa lage kole do a couple who are adopting a child should have a 2 years of stable marriage na 2 saal tak tahan do stable marriage phal ra thagiwa lage. Second is adoptive parents should not be less than 25 years and not more than 55 years na 25 years or 55 years na macho o niche upor khan ra do pacha adopt kurole na paro aro children of 3 or more kids na pacha nichola pacha tinda nile chata pasta thagya khan ra do pacha aro extra manu laga pacha adopt kurole na diwo as per the rules. Next please. Adoptive parents needs to be physically and emotionally na mentally financially stable ho lage pacha ekta la future sawole karne do idu kan sub stable ho nai kole do mohan how are we going to build someone's future na a good future no live a good family idu ase a single female can adopt a child of any gender na maiki ekta brado mota no live maiki pacha no live mota pacha do adopt kurole pare holibi mota ekta brado a single male cannot adopt a girl child na mota ekta brado maiki pacha ekta adopt kurole na pare itu to ki ase kile do because pacha maiki laga safety lage tai laga safety karne mota ge adopt kurole single mota ge adopt kurole na pare itu la issues se question kole the cases lampa pishi thagi ase holibi I hope itu la rabi amnan understand kurole parishola but in case amnan adoption do kina kurwa lage ki kurwa lage noilibi na chane kina kurwa kole do amnan you can always contact the SARA state resource adoption agency kan ki contact kurole paribo holibi kohima de jaw lage diktar ase na tara tari ase ina phamna kurishi kole you can always call up for assistance na you can always call up 1098 de amnan call kurishi kole do takhanra in every angle in every way they will guide you and they will procedures can be kina kurwa lage guna guna takhanra register kurina apnan ke help out kurwa so moila presentation de man takhi hobo
Today, the topic which has been given to me is understanding the POCSO Act and safeguarding the rights of the traffic victims. But before I dwell into the topic, I just wanted to share one experience that as we go from one district to another district and having this kind of awareness programs, kiba ekta notice ekta kura do ledo, experience ekta hua do, face kura do shu ledo. Kumba mano program kan ayam ledo, bishi bagna there of the if it's not about a scheme or a program, itu macam kan ekta awareness program na that man likely barloa inahami mohan I'm not talking about this district. But inga ka face screen hunya mahana osor bi hunya overheard na ina guni bi thagela se before I dwell into the topic ekta quotation ekta side pulamun thagado. It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. De ekta manu ekta already biya ho jab shide tage repair kora brado itia brahe mohan strong bacha the future strong banawale lage itu kane this child rights laga program do bishi important ase ekta janiu dule mon and agirevi sir mentioned kranishna itu program dole mohan so Dimapur do anine ekta jaga de dole na pare done we have called the important people the leaders of the colony of the department so that yate brahe khotom no please be na commission khan dole we cannot go to all the small colonies nga so opti jane awareness diu na pare itu kane apni hange request krase be our ears be our voice na ina gune itu yete brahe end up noine do yete bra aji program eta YouTube program bra ekta duita points bi luina apni han luijane ko le parule na duplicate kurbi mahalaga itu presentation man after the presentation we will be handing out itu mahalaga presentation kana points kan apni hange hand out ko itu gune ekta duita points pare mahan apni han nijo la core start kone colony luijane we will consider this a very successful program. So coming back to the topic, POCSO Act, bishi district bishi we have been hearing about POCSO. So POCSO actually kese POCSO POCSO means protection of children, bacha hange from what? Here we are not talking about physical abuse or domestic abuse. Bacha hange itu act protect from what? From sexual offenses. Bacha hala upor de biya kam hua. Itu han bra protect This is a very small act ko. It's a very stringent act. Ekta bachahan karne Indian la bachahan ge protect rule karne bonase. Prior to this, mahan IPC itu hambra JJ Act inga bra deal kore. Here utu time de hoishu bile do bacha ekta victim ekta rape victim ekta itu gibi in the same manner as adult victim ekta bole deal kurule la hisate ho jay. Aro yete dole do beshi briefly mihin deko bacha child sexual abuse to ki ase itu bishi brief pra bishi categorize alag category banai ne itu act olai she. Okay, so kuma the repetition ho pare if there is a repetition just know that itu point to bishi important ase itu kone repeat kore ase itu babil who is the victim under the POCSO Act again victim kun ase a child and who is the child are below the age of 18 years ke bacha ina consider kore Aru bacha gule do gender, bacha la gender ke ase. When we come again like talk about like molestation or rape kushu gule do, all we can think about is bacha ekta maiki ekta la opore molest hushe, rape hushe. We can only think about like one particular gender. Agere kwanishna again like in the Indian prior to the POCSO Act law thagado ledo, it was not gender neutral. It protected only the girl child victim who sexual victim. Idu hanje hulwi yede POCSO Act padule it not only protect the child girl child but it also protect the boy child motabi victim ho pare, and not only that but it also protect the other gender. Mai kibi noy motabi lo mohan kitawa do inya bi manuhan do ita do dikhina hase, so the other gender, the third gender, it will be protected under the POCSO Act. According to the World Health Organization report la hisab te shule do 1 out of 4 girls to ledo victim of sexual abuse ina hoigwe aru out of 7 1 mota hegwe holi mota la cases kan Nagaland debi ase do ase aru we get cases related to child abuse child mota victim na opore holi mota handu bishibak to ledo open den nahe na iduane itu kane mahan bishi nuhuni thayo pare holibi child abuse kushile rape or sexual abuse ina do ledu mota bacha hang debi hoy and the third gender laga upor debi hoy. Okay, who is the offender? Offender kushile we can only think about like man dangerous looking villain type of guy like this, keep on like can you please sit down there so that like or like this. Now offender kushule mahan you can next or this or this. Now offender kushule do we can kun rapist ase biamanu kushule do man we can only think about like this kind of man dangerous looking people na holibi according to the report of the National Crime Bureau it suggests that like 80 to 90% of the offenders are someone like who is known to the victim. They already janya manu na, it can be the grandfather also, like most of the cases Nagaland debi grandfather, father, uncle, sister kumbado ledo na kumbado amma bi inala cases can be thageste na. So like 90 to 80% India la record la hisab te bi 80 to 90% are people bacha bra already janya manu, they bacha bra already janya manu, right? Hey, and of course there are strangers also like kumado kidnap kurnilu jane rape kuria molest kuria ina habi thage holibi 80 to 90% are people who are known to the children tahan already janya manu ina han he thage. Can we go to the first one? Aru offender la age key age kushule do it be there's no age limit bacha ekta bravi bacha ekta la opor debi aru case kan bi thake or when we come talk about like gender age de conditional gender also there's no bar maiki ekta barbi mota ekta la opor de molest kure molibi kiba rape kura la hisab te bi ho jay because like insert kura object kan insert kura in hala cases kan thaki jay. So yete gender kule do ledo khali mota bra he capable asingan hoy yete offender do ledo maiki bi ho pare. Aru POCSO Act Kwanishna, it identifies 6 types of sexual offenses. To penetrate, there are like 2. I will categorize them into 2, which is like contact form, physical contact thagine sexual abuse kora labi ase. Aru there on the other hand, physical contact bi na thagine bi sexual offenses commit kora bi ase. So under the sexual offenses, under the contact form. Itu de wishib le dole do penetrative sexual assault wishib le dole where the kiba mota na private part inahan bra noli object ekta bar loine do bacha laga object bacha laga private part te insert kura, it will come under the penetrative sexual assault wishib la or case sexual assault dole do there will be no penetration holibi for example ekta case ekta ko where bus crowded bus ekta de jase bacha ekta front de khara hore ase and the bus immediately stop तो मोटा एकटा बैक साइड ते थाया दो जाइना आगे बा माइकी लगा बच्चा लगा प्राइवेट पार्ट्स खान छुई दिसे ओ मिस्टेक निशना so that come under sexual assault itu dole do physical contact is there but there is no penetration so itu duita do under the contact form of sexual abuse ayo our non contact form of sexual abuse do sexual harassment and using child for pornographic purposes itu dole do suku rabi saine crime group right na gestures khan dekhaine ekta manu ekta yede kharo korase ta la long pen kuline bacha ekta ge dekhaine do he is masturbating ta la on korase bacha ge ekta hat pi chhonai de holibi ta ge dekha se openly or bacha ekta ge bacha la osor ekta de bacha ge ne dekha nishina holibi bacha la osor de pornography or some picture na ina han dekha se that will come under sexual harassment again aru bacha ge naked kodine na tala pictures khan koine viral person holibi tai nijor la on use kane bacha ge tala picture naked koine do ina videos khan loin thagase that will come under using the child for pornographic purposes aru yede aggravated form duita ase to idu penetrative sexual assault and sexual assault aggravated inga killer actually do itu do aru punishment do aru beshi stringent ase it can even go to like life imprisonment or 20 years inaga to yete do ledo ki hoy bole do it is done it is committed when the offenses the first two offenses are committed by someone who is in power in authority it can be the head of the village the head of the colony or the principal of the school the teacher the police boss ekta na khor laga head ekta ina ekta bra commit kura or the victim can be like someone who is specially able inga la bacha ekta ta injure la hatheng khan move korna para manu ita itula opor de hoje or like sexual abuse kora khali rape in hoine ki insert korne na ta ge bishi biya wa jokhom koria itu khan do aggravated sexual abuse penetrative sexual assault or sexual assault la under ayo so inga nishna POCSO Act la the bishi chutu bishi sex kwadwi nole rape kwadwi itu bishi bhal ba define korina ase implementation basically do stopping child sexual abuse is essential but itu do ledo government kan do come press all the mechanism are in place like the CWC DCPU kude bacha khan ge protect kore la department sob ki set up korni bese police kan bi SJPU khan yan sob ki set up korni bese but it's not only the responsibility of the government alone na as as parents idu khan bi stakeholders ase we can go to the next slide where we can see that these are some of the stakeholders but of all the stakeholders I feel that like the parents the relative the school the church tahandole to bishi dangor role play group paro because like here about under the POCSO Act it talks about only like if ekta crime to commit hua bishi de ki ho tala punishment ki ho itu ane bishi ba tade focus kune ase not about the preventive measure itu kina prevent kune ina no hobo itu la do stakeholders kan dole bishi bak to it depends upon the parents and the school teachers because like itu han the maximum time bachan spend kore so I will not be dwelling into like itu la so la role there because it will because of the paucity of time but then parent la role olo mando I would like to touch so these are the roles of the parents prevent kurule sexual abuse itu totally prevent kulo ngan hoy these are some of the steps that we can take on our part also teach your child the correct names of all the body parts khala mahan itabi when we talk about like sex actually it's not a comfortable topic to be talking like itya la time de holibi na mahala parents kala time de holibi we cannot openly talk about like sex or rape nyahan dole do bacha na sorry no gobi na holibi bacha hange at least age to janine do ledo bacha ekta certain time teenage ekta bacha lo de do openly inga hole rape khan bi hoy itu han bi discuss kuli bi bhal about sex hole bi kina hole bacha bukhi jai itu han bi discuss eta bar bi kur thagili bi bhal and body part itu han do bacha han olop chutu chutu hange do at least tahla body part proper kundu la tahla body part ki koi itu so that like when it unfortunately happened to them tahan la at least tahla ki hushi tahan bi explain kurule parule laga aru if manu inga chwa se bishile itu body part chwa do thik nai that touch and the good touch itu han labi bhal bra explain kurin ho lage mother hugging a child itu do bacha do he doesn't feel anything but in a very uncomfortable way an auntie tabra no uncle tabra kiss kon kurine so cute koni kiss kurine ina han kurado if the bacha is feeling uncomfortable bacha has the right of tala body la right ase to itu do no kole he ka hole bi lage mahala society that again we teach the bacha na bacha hange dangor han ke be ke kole do acha guide itu manner balance de na bacha dangor han la kotha mani de ina ko it's about time that like we teach the children na to say no hobo inabi kole bi he ka hole olai de kumala tan de na so like bacha ge most of all tala body do tai laga property ase and nobody has to do like tai laga permission na thagine kun bi cho na parwo itu tahange he ka ne rakhi ole lage aro if the touching rules is broken itu do inaka unfortunate hushe gile do itu lukai ne na rakhi ole lage because like, there are chances of like re-victimize hole chances bi ho jai I would like to cite one of the case like bishi purna case ekta se like for 2014-15 inga la case ekta se where it's actually like from Nagaland state te hwala ekta case ase where 11-year-old bacha ekta maiki ekta ta lode do tala grandfather maternal grandfather wa 60-year-old ekta taira relation banain thakise tai lode do first day do le do how it happened we don't know but the hului pishi do tajon relation sexual relation thagi thakise so anga thagine do after some time talaga one of the neighbor who is also like 55 years old man to itu wara dikhishe and tai do le do bacha ge threatening kura start huse itia mulo do relation na thagile I will tell your parents ina gonedo so ina gonedo bacha do ledo she started having sexual relationship with the neighbor man also na to inaga silence is never the solution to itu bacha hange bi mohan trust bi ko lage nole bishi bakto ledo bacha he bia hoishini gi bacha he bodmas thakishini gi and one point I would like to mention again because like mohan cases kan bishi deal gram le kumba do ase for the matter kita do nijor stakeholders can be very sadly nijor stakeholders can be bacha do tana character bia thai shushi do ta bish bodmas thagi shushi do ina koina ina labi huni na he thai to I would like to mention here again but maiki tabi noli bacha tabi tai rape hushi ina kodo it has nothing to do with the character de prostitute ekta la opor bi rape ho paro do na prostitute ekta la opor bi rape ho paro do if she doesn't want to kiba itu manulo de maintain kurem na inga relation kurem mon nai ina ga time thagule mon nai go shule do tai la body sta la kushi ase aru itu force apply go shule do rape do so ta la profession or ta la character has nothing to do with being raped or molested that is one thing I want every one of you to remember because like we have come across so many times like itu bacha la character in han durine buri de so itu la do le do mohan rape lo de mix up no ko lage ta la character or ta la profession do
Right to Education Act 2009 laga wadan de ami han sob right to education do sob manura bucha laga ekta ase hulibi idula bhitor de provisions bishi ase itu do as a lay person itu do bishi manura na chanina bi thakibo aro jana khan bi bishi thakibo itu karne moi briefly right to education act laga provisions kan ki ase itu step by step olop koina chawo Right to Education Act 2009 is an act to provide free and compulsory education to all children of the age of 6 to 14 years till the completion of
elementary education. Ede free education ko ase. Aro free ekla kwan hoy na compulsory ko ase. Compulsory till the completion of elementary education. Class 8 khotam no hadak to free aro compulsory education itu ko ase. Compulsory kwadam de mohan buji paule ekta do pacha sob kwaz de sob pacha do school de enroll ro lage itu ko ase. Aro some of the key provisions of RTE Act. Number 1 ki ase bole universal access to education. Pacha khan du kundu jaga de thagilibi, busti de thagilibi, town de thagilibi, aro cities de thagilibi, sob pacha do education pawa lage go ase. Kinaka geographical location, kinaka jaga de thagilibi, itu takhala right ase. Education paula laga do. Aro complete financial protection di ase. Itu ki ase bole do ami han free kwadam de buchi pai thakibo. Pacha khan school de jawle do pacha khan do fees diwole kam nai. Itu government school laga ko ase moi. Manu bishi bra mistake hoy. Government laga ko ase na private laga ko ase na. You government schools itu laga ko ase. Fees khan diwole dorkar nai. Iku charges na thakibo lage, donations khan na thakibo lage, except ami han board exams khan la fees khan nishina thake do na and PSC bra manga laga. Itu nohile do alak to sob free hobo lage ko na itu provision de inaga ase. Aro next to inclusive education for all. Itu mohan ajikali inclusive NEP 2020 de bi do huni inclusive education. Itu kwadam de pacha khan ekdam disadvantaged section of the society laga hobi aro children with special needs hobi with disability thaka pacha khan hobi sob pacha do school de enroll ro lage takhan la aro kunuba pacha khan school de ahole napara pacha khan bi thage takhan la nature of disability bra itu khan gibi under samagra shiksha de takhan gibi provisions ase special training khan resource persons khan nishina itu khan bra takhan gi help out kre aro the Rights of Person with Disability Act 2016 bra itu 16 years tak thaka do 18 years tak extend gre itu takhala education paule laga rights to especially for children with special needs aro itu act to anti discrimination framework ase pacha kun holibi kinaka background bra helibi to pacha ge discriminate nukubo lage ko ase pacha khan ge on the basis of caste, religion, gender or economic status discrimination na thakibo lage to ko ase aro no child can be denied admission for the lack of age proof itu bi ko ase itu de ami han school ekta de admission paule do mohan do date of birth certificate bisare kulibi by chance bacha ekta do date of birth certificate nai kulibi admission do di thakibo lage inaga koi gena ase do RT Act pra kinaga guli do for example tai jonom badam de midwife khala hatibi record thakibo nohile anganwati workers khala thakibo na itu nishna nohile self declaration affidavit khan nishna de inaga banai gena itu do till they obtain the date of birth certificate admission do di thakibo lage aro age proof nai goina deny nukubo lage inaga koi ase some of the additional key features and protection idu RT Act pra dia laga itu kobolo monase number 1 the educational standards tate itu kwadam de school ekta de pacha aro teacher laga ratio na itu thik thakebo lage kunuba school se do pacha 50 thagigena teacher tosta thaka school bi ase tate do ekdam kipa ekta garbar ase to nai itu de inagam hobo lage student teacher ratio thik thakebo lage aro infrastructure requirements ki ase itu bi thik thakebo lage school ekta de ki lagi ase ki dorkar ase itu sob thik thakebo lage aro school working days kiman hobo lage teacher working hours kiman hobo lage itu sob to itu RT Act te phalbra lay down gurna ase aro it should be child friendly environment school ekta de pacha ekta puribole paribole to physical punishment khan na thakibo lagi go ase prohibition of physical punishment corporal punishment koi mohan achikali mental harassment na thakibo lagi ko ase bacha ke bhuibra kitab purule do na parebo do etu karne they should be free from fear and trauma etu ko ase aro child centered learning approach etu beshi important child centered learning hobo lage bacha ekta karne mohan itia mohan jama kura do the best interest of the child etu koina mohan sob pra bacha karne kwadam do best interest of the child koi do bacha ekta pra kinaga learn kubo etu do balbra jani gina child centered approach pra bacha ge inga shikai dibo lage aro kunuba prohibited practices to ki ase gule nukrubo lage wala kunuba inga koi dibo screening procedures for admission schools kan de interview bi loi bacha ekta ge admission dibo lagane aro entrance test ase guna lobo inaga itu khan na thakibe ko ase without screening you have to directly admit a child aro capitation fees or donations akidibi koise eku donation khan ase aro itu fee ase guna no lobo lage ko ase aro private tuition by teachers I'm talking about the government teachers private tuition na thakibo lage aro remedial classes to thake remedial classes bacha ekta kiba kitab to shikanai paranai gule do remedial classes to thake hulibi private tuition do na lobo lage private tuition dile do idu fees bi pai do na tuition fees ase goni bi pai inga nukro lage dual job nukro lage ina ko ase if you are employed as a teacher alak kam iku nukro lage ina se RT Act na detail bre chaile do ami han shikiule la pishi ase hulibi ami han mohan sopi except for the people in the department lay people ase itu do pishi detail ber chale do time bi pishi jabo du karne inaga ko ase dual job nukro lage except government bra election time the election duty thake census laga thake aro rehabilitation adu natural calamity khan hoise na dem the government bra mohalla assistance teacher khan la assistance lagile moi khan la ko ase moi bi porna teacher habra ini ulai ase inaga mohalla assistance lagile do idu damde thibo pare rehabilitation work census and election duty other than that a teacher is not supposed to do any other work it was there and operating schools without recognition school ekta do recognize no hina do khulole allow nai recognize hobo lage idu recognition na thagi na khula kuno ba school khan bi dikhi paise ami bi principal serve kuri thaga dande kunuba ekta school do recognition na thakina run kuri thakise to inaga run kra do jani loikina do itu cancel kuri dise to itula pacha khan do kote na jai na pishi tuk paise itu nishna situation bi ahe du karne RTE bra wa do recognition na thakina school do run kurba lage na paise aro infrastructure mandates tate separate toilet facilities for boys and girls aro drinking water thakibo lage school ekta de aro adequate teaching materials bacha han ge shikaule laga ki ase itu han sab bacha han learn kurle la te teaching learning materials kan jina thik thak thakibo lage ina ko ase aro at the end of the elementary education class 8 khatam hoile hwa pichide ekta certificate award kurbo bacha han ge na by the NBSC it is to motivate them to go further in life it was there so another thing ekta amendment ekta hoise to 2019 de ami han sob hunni thakala jani thakala no detention policy thakise to bacha ekta do class 1 nursery class 1 bra sudu guina fail nohoi gena ini pass kuri di gena fail hoili bi pass kuri di inaga thakise hoili bi 2019 de amendment hoina itia do itu no detention policy do drop kuri gena ase aro I want to share some of the government duties under RTE Act government duties are next slide kiba bi thakibo local authorities duties ina una thakibo libi it is almost the same itu karne moi repetition na jabo kunuba jaga da add kurle jaga da add kuri dibo government duties to ki ase gule central and state government bears primary responsibility for implementing the RTE Act their comprehensive duties ensure systematic delivery of quality education to every child within their jurisdiction universal provision ekta ase itu ki ase gole do to provide free and compulsory education to every child aged 6 to 14 years, ensuring no child is left behind regardless of the circumstances. Kinaka circumstances that thakilibi itu pacha do left out nohobo lage. Itu identify kobole parole. Pacha sob school de thakebo lage. Itu government or local authority itu laga duty ase. Aro infrastructure kinaka ase school ekta laga itu janibo lage. Itu thik provide kobo lage. Aro every neighborhood te school thakebo lage ina koise RTE Act pra, so that itu neighborhood la pacha khan do itu school de jabole karne, because alag te thakile to ida Dimapur de primary school tinta he asugule do pacha khan do practically jabona paribo do na, itu karne sob school de sob neighborhood te itu school do asana nai, itu khan do it is the responsibility of the government to establish a school in the neighborhood. Aro inclusion and quality assurance. Inclusion, ensure non-discrimination against weaker section and disadvantaged group while maintaining education standards conforming to the prescribed norms and schedules. Inclusion thakibo lage, agitibi koise inclusivity lade, idu nishna pachahan kundu family la holibi kinaka society bra helibi kundu busti bra helibi idu do pacha do school de thakibo lage, aro taige admission bobo lage. Aro monitor and support. Itu school ekta kinaka jai ase, bhal jai ase na, result kinaka ase itu sal ahasal karni ki krob lage itu kan sob to, it is a duty of the government, the local authorities. When I say local authorities, itya mohan busti de do VEC khan thake, aro busti de aro mohan yede colony dibi nijor colony de council members aro gambura khan thakebo, itu khan nishna be active part loikina itu khan to monitor kurina jabo lage. One of the most important duty itia moila agide moila co-member rabi kwanishna, it is the responsibility of the parents na. Pacha ekta school de idu RTE Act idu parents la responsibility bi likhigina ase. Mohan bi parents, as a parent we are a very important stakeholder. Pacha ekta aro nijor laga pacha school de sob manu bra idu do enroll kobo lage. Itia duk ase moi napare moi likha pura nai inagan hoy sob pacha ge mohan, it is a responsibility of a parent pacha ge school de porai dibole karne. To RTE Act be mohan la parents la responsibility ekdam bhal ra likhi gina ase. Aro not just tahan ge school de enroll kran hoina, tahan la sob tahan kinga jaya ase, tahan ki support lage itu khan sai dibole laga parents la responsibility bi likhi gina ase. Aro RTE Act te kwado every school should have school management committee go ase, SMC. School management committee to bishi important ase, ami han sob jane sob government schools te ase. Aro tahan la duties to ki ase gole do, number 1 de tahan bra itu school tahan la locality de thaka, tahan la busti de thaka, tahan la town de thaka, itu ke monitor kori kinaka chahe ase. Aro iku developmental program kipa schemes khan hobi development school development laga ki kurble se itu khan be sob SMC bra saigena itu khan ani ole thakile do government lo tie up kori naga ani. Aro financial stewardship funds khan aha itu sob pi proper utilization asan nai kinaka kurbo lage itu sob to tahan bra itu saide. Aro school like activities ki ase itu sob te, aro school to kinaka function kurbo lage itu sob to tahan bra teacher khan lo the relation, aro school administration lo the phal bra relationship rakhigena itu, aro community lo te, not just teacher student but also with the community itu tie up kurina tahan itu school do ekdam bhal de chawole karne inaga kam kurina ha. Itu SMC laga role bi bishi tangor ase. RTE Act la de mo imani kobole monse. Next I want to go to the Child and the Adolescent Labor Prohibition and Regulation Amendment Act 2016. Child labor, mohan child labor kwadam de ami hanla naga society debi hotai dikhigena hala ase. Mohan ra itu pachahan ghorde rakhigena kam kora, noile hotel de dikhina kam kora, kapra olop sundur lagai ne dikhabra mohan do ai itu pacha do inahe thaki ase niki guna sai labor nishna na sai aru mohan bahar de jaile ita train station nishna de noile alag alag jaga de slums de dikha dem de he mohan o child labor do itu ke matini inaga sai olibi mohan nijor laga choka itu to mohan pisi wala pahuri jai child labor act te kwa do pacha till the age of 14 years itu pacha ge iku kam kuribole nidibo lagi ko ase kam kuribole nidibo la meaning do mohan khore kap ekbar othai dibi na etu choka de rakhi dibi na etu kwalan hoy hulibi puisa kamai ge na iku kam kuribole nidibo lagi ko ase nole manu la ghore domestic help karne rakhi ge na ina nukuribole strictly prohibited by the child labor act aro 14 to 18 years itu pacha khan ge do the adolescents are banned from doing hazardous jobs including mining, toxic manufacturing, explosive handling and construction with dangerous substances. Itu pacha khan adolescents khan ge do aro itu kile itu ban gre ase bole do pacha ekta do school de thakina purole thaka tai laga future banawole kha time de itu khan kam gule do tahan side effect pi hobo tahan la physical de problem hwa do tahan garne sab tahan la life te stability na thakibo itu karne ko ase aro itu do strictly ban gre ase pacha khan ge child labor to till the age of 18 till 14 do tu mutubi krole nitiwa lage ko ase and from 14 to 18 do itu dangor factory khan de kam goina tahan la health karne tahan la physical health mental health sob karne pia hobole la itu krole karne strictly ban guna ase aro itu ban guna thaka de ami khan khorde nijo khorde pacha ekta rakhi gina mohan itu offenses commit kuishugule do itu dibi punishment ase ami an ede labor department lagabi aha huni ase aro education department labi ase takhan bi mohan itia open house discussion thakam de ami han bra napungcha na ami han miss out kra because bishi lamba koina chailibi ami han kitia ba to pakhri jai libi kitia khata goi ami han itu point ekta duida do bishi bhal bra mohan yat thage du karne takhan bra bi help out kurbo question open house discussion damne do nijor la expertise khan share guna mohan inaga mohan sob learn gula ase itu labor act penalties kan olop kole mon ase first time offense commit kurisho gole do apni bra khode pacha rakise itu ge kotha child helpline khan bra dikhina report kuri dise nolibi rescue kurise na ina kurisolo do first penalty to ki hobo gole do imprisonment not less than 6 months extendable up to 2 years ina ko ase aro fine do rupees 20,000 to 50,000 inaga lobo ko ase inaga loina aro itu rakhina ina thura biside fine loigena aro imprisonment kha biside aro bi second time aro thurise gole do penalty do not less than 1 year to extendable up to 3 years of imprisonment ina ko ase along with the fine to ami han itia ajikile RTE la kotha koi ase kile child labor la koi ase mohan sob child rights or child protection karne stakeholders kan ase ami han sob ami han I want to appeal to everybody here na ami han la pacha khan do ami han la future se ami han hotai koi kiman pacha karne lok pai tande ami han la future se koi holibi ami han inaga buhina chani kena buhi thagile do ami han do ekta pap kura hobo itu karne moi sob ke ede ahina thakhan ke appeal kura do pachahan itu RTE power implement creation nai to kun responsibility ase it is you and I aro pachahan child labor de engage koran tikhina mohan just silent spectator thagile do itu kun la galti ase moi la galti ase apni la galti ase itu karne moi sob ke kobole mon jada ami han itu bhal bra mohan la pachahan ge protect kuna tahan la rights tahan la privileges enjoy korle parole karne mohan sob ikilot support krubo de na ami la kotha itu briefly inaga ede khatam hoy ase thank you.
Good afternoon to you all. Thank you, Chairperson, for this time. My respect for all the dignitaries on the dais and everyone present here. Ami man time nolobo in short khatam kori dibo I hope and believe that everyone will be aware of about the DCPU. DCPU ki ase bole to it's amikan office la naam ase District Child Protection Unit koina ase. Aru itu to every district te set up hoina ase. DCPU to it's amikan state level te child protection services, and it's a centrally sponsored scheme implemented by the Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India. And in Nagaland, it's implemented by the Department of Social Welfare. The DCPU is a fundamental unit in the district level for the implementation of Mission Vatsalya scheme. Under DCPU, we have 4 statutory bodies, that is number 1, Child Helpline, CHL at DCPU. It is the nodal child helpline unit at DCPU level to attend all the calls for help for children. Child Helpline 1098 is a 24/7 toll-free emergency number. And the second one is Child Welfare Committee, CWC. The CWC is the final authority to dispose of cases for the care, protection, treatment, development and rehabilitation of children in need of care and protection. The third one is Juvenile Justice Board, that is JJB. The JJB deals with matter relating to juvenile in conflict with law. And the fourth one is Special Juvenile Police Unit, SJPU. SJPU coordinates and upgrades the police interface with children in conflict with law or children in need of care and protection. DCPU, we cater 2 categories of children as defined by the Juvenile Justice Act, JJ Act. They are children in need of care and protection. We call it CNCP. Itu CNCP itu kun kan ase poile tu missing children, orphan, abandoned children of family at risk, abused children, trafficked children, child labor, street children, or any other vulnerable children in street distress situation. And the second one is children in conflict with law, CCL. Children in conflict with law is a child who alleged or found to have committed an offense and has not completed 18 years of age on the date of commission of such offense. Now we have Institutional Care Services Program. Institutional Care Services Program are provided in which child care institutions, CCIs, are set up for reception and residential care of children in need of care and protection and in children in conflict with law. At present in Dimapur district we have 1 open shelter and 7 children home. Altogether we have 8 children home in Dimapur district. Family-based non-institutional care services are provided for rehabilitation and reintegration of children through sponsorship, adoption, foster care and aftercare programs. Dimapur, being the hub of activity in Nagaland, faces numerous challenges that impact the children disproportionately. There are various categories of cases with regard to children in need of care and protection. Such cases such as physical abuse, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, domestic abuse, emotional and substance abuse, runaway, missing and found children, trafficking, street children, child marriage, and abandoned children. Now, altogether from September 2023 till August 2025, we have total number of child in need of care and protection cases produced before the CWC is 310 cases. And the total number of cases disposed by the CWC is 299. The total number of cases pending is 11. The total number of cases that the Child Helpline received from September 2023, August to 2025 is 499. The total number of JGB cases from January to August 2025 is 10, and the number disposed is 3. And the cases pending is 12. These are the total number of child-related cases in Dimapur district. And so, as mentioned earlier, Dimapur, being the commercial hub of Nagaland, has seen a concerning risk in child-related cases. Child safety and protection require a collective effort from all the stakeholders, including the government department, NGOs, and the citizens. So I wanted to request everyone present here that let us all work together to strengthen laws and policies, to address contradictions and gaps, to promote awareness and vigilance among the citizens, provide support and service for vulnerable children, and to be the voice for the voiceless, and create a safer and more protective environment for children in Dimapur district. Thank you.
Madam, thankfully, government can do government authority concern can do push by share. That can do dunya part that's it. Let's make it kind of buy. It will go say 2013-14 can do women cell unit title. I'm not going to do that. Women cell unit title. Makan child right activist can do home the period can dragon women cell unit to be going na. As you do that can do office chola se do. Itu inshallah we all are family there. Actually, mutum purba la hai ta se there. Itu आज तो today we have women cell unit lagai ekta ase de special itu laga se acha ekta api itu busy पर हाली जैसा ने एकता है वो कौन कंसर्न authority अपने kan सब लगा अपने kan कौन खान प्राइस जेनिया से तो special need home cuma ini mesti थाका तो नागालैंड की खाली एकता ase de if I'm not mistake sir de नागालैंड की एकता से itu berapa who are the special educator और तभी मानो तुम्हें लासे तभी इनमें तुम्हें लासे कौन खानी तभी थके ने तो वो तो कौन दिखा है बच्चा खान तो वो नहीं तुम से HIV positive एक तो होप तो माटी खान राखी वाले बारह से दिमापुर दिते हाँ वो नहीं भी तो मोटा खान बच्चा खान तो वो खान सब जना से तो दिमापुर दा हाई से HIV लगा से तो बच्चा खान तो कुछ जाओ itu kan tu tadi special need home tu can be use of nah itu kan lah itu monitor boleh itu kau kena request kurang sedih itu special action kan lah baca kan buka kan lagi boleh jangan nak kerja itu orang law enforcement last year tu pun pas school jaga di sexual abuse ase sexual harassment in the school last year dia kali tu baca kan witness guru le 40 macam tu baca tu, tak kan baca kau berasa tu, itu kita kau baca apa? Dia already traumatized, again another traumatizing. Itu 40 jadi lah, apa yang apa na ibu masa pasal orang makan jasa pasal tu, ayah orang mati semua makan jasa pasal tu, itu orang makan child friendly na, itu tak kan sok minor kan lah pasal tu itu lah perasa apa. Orang mau buat insya Allah be tak hai jawab. Rehab and rehabilitation laga to compensation to 10,000 tak claim boleh baru misal nohole apni kan pe job kurbe when I was a PLV itu lah time itu 1 lakh rehabilitation laga pra to compensation baca ekta baba pra rape victim tu itu laga dikira first itu apni kan report job kurbe itu apni kan lah pakai pra nadi ko to government laga se to baca kan rehabilitation healthcare takkan asal di garing kiasa tu. Itu spiritual letter pra abuse baca pasta pura lah. Pura lah recently kami kan dengar lah jenis. Itu kan tu alat kategori tu rehabilitation lah puasa di situ. Sir, itu kena pada 1 lakh, kena pada 50,000, kena pada 20,000. Why is different? Procedures is the same. Nah, molestation hola ni penetrate hola ni kiasa tu. Itu lah ni saya itu boleh kena beri request kurasa deh. Moi kan tu, deni tak jadi international lah. International lah itu order pergi di bawah ni itu tak ahli saya itu Allah saja sahaja. Healthcare lah Allah pergi tu, healthcare lah aha mana kan tu request kurasa. Mula pergi ni anything, nah baca kan molestation case tu, rape case kan tu nah. ইমান ফ্ৰেণ্ডলি আপুনি খান কৰা নিচিনা এইটো পৰা ফ্ৰেণ্ডলি কৰি দিবি আৰু ন পৰা কৈ দিন আছে বাচ্চা খান তো এইটো কাইনলজি মাইকি ৰাখিব কোৱা আছে এইটো পৰা ল এনফৰ্চমেণ্ট সব মানে এইটো থাকে আছে চিলাস বন্ধু কাইনলজি ডক্টৰ নাথাকিলে ডিমাপুৰতে কাইনলজি মাইকি বিচাৰ আছে এইটো খান লগাবি এংগেজমেণ্ট কৰি কিনে এটেণ্ড কৰি দিব কৈ কিনে ৰিকুৱেষ্ট কৰা আছে দে লিগেল আৰু ল এনফৰ্চমেণ্ট পুলিচ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট ৰিকুৱেষ্ট কৰা আছে একদম ইনফৰ্ম কৰা আছে অলৰেডি একদম এক্সেসিবল কৰি দিবি বাচ্চা খান লাইকেন্সটো আৰু আইঅ মইতো কোনোবা এটা আইঅ খানটো ৰেংক হেচাপ পৰা কোৱালিফিকেশ্যন লাগে নাথাকিলে ৰেংক হেচাপ পৰা ইয়াৰ হেচাপ পৰা আহি আছে না এইটো পৰা দেখে ন ৰাইট এণ্ড ষ্টেটমেণ্ট এনেকুৱা নাথাকে আইঅ পৰা ইনভেষ্টিগেশ্যন অফিচাৰ পৰা এইটো ৰিপৰ্ট নাথাকিলে কেনেকুৱা কৰ্ট বেছ ডিছকাছ কৰিব না এইটো কাৰণে মইতো কৰিবলৈ লগা ছাপ'জ তেনেকুৱা থাকিব all of you should know any case related to crime against women and children, there is support system. Ek ta se jani labe support system to amne kane concerned department laga outside of counselor or social activist or social worker ekta thaki de ito kan pura support system ekta kore dibo education mano etia hai ase na aji se na ane moram purina aji kali the highest bullying like cases issue hai ase child na ito laga all of the awareness JTV itu laga aro itu discriminate school de bisha ya sa cases aro itu laga nohi gena na each child Dimapur ti nohi gena Nagaland ti moram kori gena mo kan college education class na each child each school de child psychology counselor appointment kori dibe koi gena bi request kora se de mo kan right to education right quality education class bole maybe I missed it but I'm right to say आजिकाली तो टीचर खान बाच्चा खान तो केने मन तो कोई जना ताई खान तो क्वालिफाई माना सुतो ये वही माती नि ता खान ला हो सुता तो रामसा ले ना itu kan support criminal ना itu kan quality education को बोले itu लगा एक से दे आराम ताई खान का अपने खान लोगों को village council आराम itu kamera kan तो निजा ला एलईडी child protection ni kita करी alors tu dia ho most of not safe for the children yeah nje la ka home tipe bacha kan safe life one when I also one of CCI champion institution last 22 years I'm running more no puri na oi chuli be na thaka hote se more no puri na na ho kan 25 by 7 ase more no puri na whenever you come to home na moi la home na ge ko ko home de very friendly correct kori dibi itu asal na untuk sana itu nasa right no berbeza no right there. Arong mo lata Indo 10 to 4. Please stick with my time. Thank you so much.
First question to reply, Prabhu. See, before the enactment of this POCSO Act, 2012 still is there POCSO Act, the first enactment. Itu again itu yes, cases can do in your compromise with POCSO la etia man POCSO jana cases kan jinandu compromise bhi ho pare nole niga kona settle bhi ho jaye hola culprit kan du bhi punishment bhi na pai na bhi niga bhi thakyo pare aro ami han ekta janodu ami han state to under article 371A de provision ekta deise any act itu assembly pra pass na kora tok tu ami han itu in short, it's something like that. But whereas now, with the enactment of this POCSO Act, it has become very stringent while dealing with sexual offences on the minors. Ityado, according to this Act, Amihan customary practice no they not be able to try in those as per the customary practice or this and that. POCSO Act, specifically they have also defined that culprit has to be booked, punished. It was there. It was clarify the most challenging district is Dimapur district. This is a cosmopolitan district. Cosmos though. So many cultures are there. Different cultures are there. Itu karena very challenging district as it. And as we all being a Christian, depravity of human hearts, as a believer, most of us, we inherited this fallen nature from Adam and Eve, as per the Bible. So itu amihan iniga inherent quality does manudu. Itu he mohan laga that lust for flesh, na iniga han thage lust of the eye, kiki go it one beshi ase. The manula nature has, unless we are able to suppress this, control ourselves, iniga vices kan na bhavana han besi ulabo. Aro mixed culture ho jaise. Oila do amihan laga ki go amihan laga nature hoy do. Rape, korahan, idinga niya korahan, the sexual harassment, chor kora ituhando. It was alien in our culture. Ulibi itado cosmopolitan hoy jay sob cosmo ininga kona different mixing of culture habra ituhan sob itado ulas, and particularly Dimapur. So apnihan aji kiman jo naise, it is a big responsibility for all of you. Take care of this. Thank you.
Yes, about juvenile case, no one start taking the software. About highest sentence to Pungi Dishina. About POCSO Act, they do highest maximum punishment, sexual illegal, rapid, do break up about juvenile case, they do physical abuse to 36 months, they do visit away. 6 months maximum punishment to 6 months. The street fight case is now juvenile case serious oh, ini highlight division public domain deki so kiki bisa aja itu kan sendiri proses itu paper itu didorong ditelan nekta unne ki ini kan itu tetap itu settlement petition baru mulai nekta public anu mau nak punca kayak ke sana.
Okay, POCSO lagu hujan gitu na. Again mention, aru bishi strict policy and 20 years to life imprisonment. Inato punish ko na yun sa aron apni ang paper ano di kaya oh media ang bisi ang kasi bisi bakto lego 20 years pi punish ko ina bisi ang yase aro the other question to like 6 months hagala ito ko ase ito like the minimum ko ase so like ito depends upon the gravity of the offense also ina ne kumado ledo aro dade child abuse ay she no ledo aro added aro hago de punishment. So itu tu kali 6 months berada tadi aku tunggu boleh sengan hoy.
Maximum bagi dah punya presentation maximum bikin kakak na.
Na present. POCSO lah ada.
Nama POCSO Juvenile
JJ Act. Max. Aru with regard to the number of cases, Dcpu right bal ko paro. Dcpu that number of cases. CWC or JGB lagaru again we wish to it again maybe I would request him to like repeat that and JJ Act lagu tai kuntu part ऐसे बढ़ेगा explain कर दियो.
JJ Act Mohala Indian Constitution, Indian law the contract kore ina tabe. Aru mohal idu customary law ase koina mohal idu mala rights kan bishi pabna kore holiwi idu adoption rules te mohal do Indian laga constitution la hesapra mohal do ko ase. To mohala customary de do itia adoption rules nai, adoption law nai. We are all just orally, verbally hi thagya se na mohal customaries do. Holy Indian law la de do, it's already there in the act, clearly mentioned kurina se. So as an Indian citizens na, we have to follow the Indian adoption rules kan jaja act kan hi follow kurwa lagibo. Because our customary law is such that everyone knows that it's only orally hi bishi tagi ase. So if we need something that is written na proof lage kole do, we have to follow these adoption rules.
Simply for a plus of as I was saying, mentioned 371 grant, one protect for it, I can do it, plus the blue, much full of blue. Go on, it's not, it is very blue,
For clear could you?
it has to pass by the simply.
If we have to pass these customary laws like adoption, de mohan itu pass kruwa lage. Itu rules de mohan like act de adoption rules like act de ahiwa lage kole do. We have to follow all those procedures. Parliament de kinaga chaigena, Lok Sabha de Rajya Sabha de kinaga chawa lage itu process mohan yadira start kurigena. Itu serially mohan like cabinet kan discuss kuriwo na mohan la Nagaland state kan ina kura bichide rectify kura bichide itu la act de do customary practices kan mohan la rules de ahiwa. However, I think it's not easy. Ekta amendment, ekta chutu ekta amendment kurwalevi kiman years lagi. Na, Indian BNS koi na IPC, CRPC evidence kon law amend kurada kiman solution. Which is how we in 2023 de ahina amend kurigina itia takbi as a law enforcing like law jana or lawyers kanuli police kanuli we are not also mohambe idu equip kurwale garne mohambe practice system man thalena udu dishina. So I hope it's clear.
I just want to clarify from one of the CCIs, Madam Superintendent has been saying regarding the special need. Yati mokan Nagaland we have just one. Yes, that is a Chumikitimati ase. Aram mokan Nscpcr moipil likanabi mokan visit Dimapur to Kurikina ase. That the children can be ase, special need children can be ase. Ina that the special educator be recognized and doing very well. Aru that the superintendent thakabra lead kurigina. Pacha khange tik pra care kurado mokla school bravi. During our visit, we have seen aru mokla report bi mokan diabi ase. Ita hoy Nagaland there say that is inclusive. CCI ko the inclusive of special need lakahi ase. We are trying for exclusive. That is for both separate itu maiki lakabi or mota lakabi kuina. Wakan try kuya say this time also just I think last week na we went for a consultation meet that is been organized by the Supreme High Court Kohagi Bench. It would tend to be, that's what we were proposing. Our department from the Mission Watsala site, Prabi, exclusive special need homes, Lakia se, Nakalinde Lakia se Kwina, Bokli to propose to Korea se. But as of now, we have just one in Chumukitima for the whole of Nagaland. I just want to clear it out there. Thank you.
Some things to ponder on and then some questions or one, two points on it. So besides the implementations of all those, strict punishments and all, if the department, the concerned departments or the branch or whichever it is, if they can conduct a ground survey. So because unless until the concerned department conducts a ground survey, they will not know the reality, the gravity of the situation. As a CWTO, we face most of the time we face such situations. As the Dcpu has outrightly spoken that there is rise in crime, especially those underage persons. So in mostly those persons, the crimes are committed by the homeless persons, which I'm sure as a citizen we all try to jata so time police station then we'll do some formalities probably they don't have any parents. So one observation home the then the next day So this keeps on going. This is not the first time, but 3-4 times crimes commit we face most of the time as a CWPO. So now implement if there can be a reformation, particularly to those particular persons who conducts regularly, who commits crime regularly every now and then. They already know that police station they're going to be spoken in a soft language, and then they know they're going to be sent to observation home, and they know who the observation home test it. And as people have rightly outside, there's only one observation home. They know where they're going, and they know what the practically people so it's not stop journey, they keep on doing. It's all about them do it, go to police station, go to observation and then come out again and do the same, repeat the same thing again and again. So for this, in such situation, the circumstances they keep go. And then what are the more stricter reforms? One is not we are all Christians, spare the rocks, spoil the tally to in this particular scenario that cannot be implemented because we are governed, we also have some certain limitations and restrictions. So in a time I would like to listen to the dignitaries are also here. Yeah, I request to if you can conduct a thorough study on that also, particularly how to deal with this habitual offenders and all, because they are mostly homeless. Parents can patao to be than go horizon thake, Rabiamata thake, Jail Punchai, Olivi, Natake, Borbi night, Seneca Takante, Mohana at the end of the road, one and then we are answerable for this as CWPOs. So in the they give the concerned departments, yes, I understand, it takes time. The bill has to be passed in the parliament and all that. If we are focusing much on child rights and child protection and all, I think that has also to be looked into. I think it has also be reformation at the earliest, because once of Jania said we're keeping quiet, but we all know, and you all have seen, homeless and vicious and mobile chorkan, border Bushina road, copper wire and chop vicious again. They are habitual offenders. Now we are at land. Keep moving. If the concerned department can come up with something, pull up to the legislative or something like that, can come up with that. Coming to the right to education. Yes, there are privilege and rights have been provided to the child who wants to study. But on the other side, if we can look on the other side of the coin, students they are getting they are getting education, free education, and whatever the rights. But one is not. There are lots of bullying cases even in school and colleges and that which goes unreported. So in such situations, they keep rule like that, because for us as a law enforcing agency, we need a complaint report from the concerned authority. However, these things divide. So in the for child rights and child protection it doesn't give justice to that particular person who is being bullied. So in what should the concerned department do? Action it's really encouraging. Illegal child awareness program it's really encouraging. If the concerned department can conduct a thorough ground study at the ground level, I think you will get a more clearer picture. I believe key solution, key rule I think that can come up. In front of all the respected dignitaries who are present here, it requires 1-2 points volume. Thank you.
Aru jene restore kudu wapas ahi jai eglo complaint na thake nolibi before aru ko lagire observation home kadu dilu it's a temporary home for child who is in conflict with law. When the case is pending, itu time de buhule kane ase, and if the JJB thinks that itu bacha do aru bishi long term kane lage koile do they will be sent to the special home, which is made for mainly for the long term kane ase. So if apni hala report te paratok mention could be habitual as a past reports can be habitual lado mention could the JGB will be aware of it. If it's required tahan observation home pichidibi or tahan long term kind of bhule lage they will be sent to the special home. So itu ekta se, and I give a fokini na like tai bishi grievances bishi thagine tai be one of the most active like child related ina la de do poila time ba thage bara tai be emotionally bishi into this topic thage bara tai iduhan ko ase mahan la ekta nagala ekta kiba do complain do koi hulbi when it comes to na written complaint itu likhile do kumba do action jawle pare do itu bishi na likhi jare mu pa do complaint kan bishi kore holbi likhine kurshi kiman bana ina usle of course like Rome was not built in a day holbi ekta time poila la time aru eta saile do le do bishi improvement bi slowly ahese like people are getting more aware of child rights kan bi kubi alak rights kan bi kubi ni ahese system kan bi bishi bak place te hi jase to itu if mohan to jaine do sob to ya sawli na pare holwi apni han written parbi likhi dile bi bishi bal ina bole do itu improvement aro ani bole bi help grow and support person labi ta mention kushe to support person in POCSO cases khate dole do etia support person nai na bishi bhabi thege holwi support person do leki ase bole do bishi crime victim ekta dole do case kan lo adam de kina jo ta family bi na jane rasta bi na jane kuti jo itu bi na jane so Dcpu la under the do support person bi provide kure la ekta right ekta se support person do till the beginning of the case till the last itu ra support person bra the family and the victim get guide kuro inga ta se to if kina kuro procedures kan kina kuro itu na janile do support person ekta manual la right ekta thayas de itu labi mention gomon aru I hope like alak aru apni la question do lama hoji to mero ekbaru ki ase ki baita I might missing out on anything acha system ground de bi jaine sawi ina pasna dhyan na so like apni etya JGB hala kuche we always mohan tahan laga tala decision de do mohan we cannot interfere because like JGP we CWC we tan bi tan na nijor la feel de ke ba se holbi police kan no shogule do JGP hange ekbar tahna pass reports kan ko bi no shogule bi CWC han la bi nyaga child helpline kan bra tahan la pass reports kan ko parwo and when it comes to like POCSO la de bi mohan bishba kile POCSO do cases kan do bail out hono lage or kile bail hoy ina han bi mohan bi we are trying to find out and that's why like mohan from all the commission mohan every monthly report on POCSO cases kan kiman hushe kiman ta pending ase kiman ta jase to sa se aro tate ekta pa do le mohan la finding ekta de hoishule do killer kina bail hoy kole do not on merit ground but bishbak to technical ground de hoy na that mandatory period charge sheet file no jai to automatically by default they get bail out to itu kile ina hose na like the court will be blaming the police will be the other stakeholder will be blaming the police will be blaming something to mohan police kan ode itu rigorous training kan thayune etia start hose we started with like SP office Kohima SP laga under hose it has state level eta hose ini yamone do mohan we are planning to like it's in the pipeline we are planning to like have like with all the police also holwi etia ki finding hose ina badole do we don't have a forensic lab eta lab thagese ina possibility it's just nam sam lanchna idu during the 1980s pra form gonedo which is attached to the police station Dimapur holbi tate ki testing group are goledo bishbak to NDPS case and NLTP case kan ekla ba pure and when it comes to murder case rape case kan laga examination pura kan to sopi bahar de outside the state pathai so we are also like idu last time la program than thayam devi dg lo devi kotha koine do we are trying to push that like mahaniju like ta proper eta lab thagibo lage because like all the reports are getting delayed they idu rape cases khan do le do delayed hoy itu kane idu mandatory period tam de police khan charge sheet file korna par jay inga time de accused to le do bail out ho jay so itu han ground la de do mahabi itu han all to come green jase but conditioner apni hala part bi apni hala district la debi if inya ushil do please apprise the the JGB also like about the case of the offender artahan kolo lamba thagole lage so bishubile to itu bi koi no shubile bi district alag te ase apni han do janisna Assam de ase ena kushule do the JGB of Assam or JGB of Dimapur iduhan coordinate kulage aro ini khode lo jane din do paratok to le do nolbi CWC la bi CWC Dimapur la case ekta se Golagat la case ekta sushile do CWC coordinate kune if further buhule lage se na so that they will not return back inya se sushile do CWC la case kan debi inahan holido tadiba if they think that like tahan home that hego lage bole do CWC of that particular tahana kundu jurisdiction ase itu rahe tahan decide ko or tahan la tate he home khan debi rakhi bole pare so blindly na jaine do maybe let the JGB of the two districts kotha koine inaone he lu jale bishi ba so I will also request like CWC JGB to like ituhan bahal ra coordination thagile bhal ido I think it's all about like coordination like a problem in ekta se
coordination is there recently this year POCSO set up like new members CWPOs na we keep changing at each police stations so that coordination we have like it's a new thing I mean notun sal hoche so we are working hard on our coordination we're doing that like once na if the respective board members CWC or JGP or whichever, they have running ground study got so that they can get a clear picture of what is happening around us.
Yes.
Like, for example, also with crimes which are done by underage homeless, it has become like very difficult for us to handle such cases. So yes, we are there. Coordination, yes, obviously, but once if from an end also, if they can conduct an independent inquiry or discrete inquiry, whatever, and schools for bullying cases, institutions also for bullying cases, because one that in uniform one pushes you to nothing, so we become helpless, and then we feel pity for those victims, which later part time after a lapse of 1-2 months. Then what are the CWPOs doing? What are the police doing? Then so if in such areas, those are the gray areas, if a discrete or a field study can be like conducted from your end, not from us, because some things they are hidden, it becomes latent. So if you imagine if from your end, the concerned departments or the authorities end, if some discrete inquiry or ground inquiry can be conducted, it will be very good.
CWC chairman, she wants to like take that question.
Nila question though, since if I can try to just put some words onto it. Kwan is now field study kan kwado. Of course, the Dcpu social worker and childline, they are doing the field study. Our CWC's responsibility is disposing case. We are not, But anyway, tadi ini aku Korea se Dimapur itu Korea se. Of course, we are not informing or iman loud pra inform kule kamne. Nilbi such incident. Example devo. We directed childline to do. Like I said, to go to a school because we heard some incidents have happened there. So they went there and they interacted with the children in our Kuratim there. It was a very indirect approach, okay? So, so they sent out sheets of paper, blank paper, and then if there's any abuses that has happened to you, or you know anyone who have done anything to you, please write it down on there. We have collected a lot of evidences. So itulo mohan we coordinated with the police also there, and then together we have idu case so mohan nijor solve kole mohan resolve kole mohan kurishe, and then what the school did was that disciplinary action which teachers can get ininga khando kurija ase mohan any so that has been doing. We are doing it. Field study is being done by the social workers. So, but coordination though, like police, like we usually go to the OC low contact. We have our ADCP. So we coordinate with them, so that better communication is there. So anyway, like I think more coordinations like with
homeless, those homeless child. Just
Homeless child, Hanado. Sir, can you please, yeah, you said something about homeless child. Please, can you just repeat that question once before we wind up?
Regarding what was homeless.
Yeah, I will, yeah.
Can the bishop up to there? Why fly over the people?
Because Dimapur is such place that inega manu ahe. And we cannot stop that. Mohambi, we are on our end also. We are having difficulty tackling with children like that. Okay, give me something na. Ahaja, like we have the transit, we have the bus, we have the railway. Aro itu transit point Bihar ba should be itu chaka ba bacha do every now and then lost and found the thake man. Aro ponchai ding na mohan drop should be again. There are times that 2 bar ahe, 3 bar ahe. Aro jaga same inega bhi ase. So that is some. That is some issue that we as a body also we are also facing, and besides the other district, but Dimapur is facing that issue over here.
So exactly, ma'am. If something can be done regarding on that, we are also facing that.
Yeah.
If some issue,
It's counterpart, like Madam Kwanisna, we always get in touch with the counterpart. Like Tai Asambra issue, we try to get in touch with the counterpart, like CWC counterpart. Aro ekta because bacha ko ma address to janero, moi golakat pa ase, moi itubra ase kore. Counterpart ko na repatriation kore, ar tahala home de issue lui tahai rehabilitate kore. Itu ase.
Thank you for the time. My name is Sundar Mayer from Global Window News Channel. My question here is just pertaining to one of our colleagues. I call my district administration ke ekta holy bole mun taka do. Hoy homeless kan Dimapur di bishi hai. Aro yede Nagaland to Christian state ase. Churches ubi families ubi homeless kan ye morom dikina. Khwala bi bishi de. Itu khwala dia kani amika laga khode agina choro kore crime bi kore. Boli bi itia yedi sat colleague ekta pra hoda nishina. Solution permanent bisari bo lagibo. To solution bisari bo hone district administration laga effort ki kiya ase. Itu ekta question janibo mun jaise. Second question though, it's related to a case. Aji nishina Nscpcr child rights and child protection laga idla awareness laga bishi bal program ase. Bolibi as a media, mohambi challenges face kora ekta question huti bole mun taka do. Ek sal hoye ase ki ekta renowned pastor ekta bra Dimapur aro Chumukudi made bacha kan ke sexually assault kurise. Assault kurigina aji tak justice pa nai. Aro accused to aji tak police por bhi turigina nai. Yes, Nscpcr por bhi iman effort dia bhi amika dikhi ase. Boli bhi inika nishina bacha kan ke justice delay por do justice denied ase. To kanun rakhwala kan bhi bharosa na taka ho jaye. So inika nishina situation arise kora gande apni kan laga and private key effort dia ase. Aro jun do high profile case ase Chumukudi malaga itu ki renowned pastor moi naam logo so manu jane inika nishina cases ka solution dele amika laga ek alag koi itu laga ek koi holibe bacha ka ki justice kya na bole itu ठीक नहीं होए itu bra apni la and private key effort dia ase nole what would be the reason in delaying in solving this case itu ekta jani mon jaise. Thank you.
Okay, the first question, actually today's program was not related to that, but anyway, question of the see, I think I have mentioned these things earlier also. Yeah, we are facing problem with these bakers. National train na jadam de bishai. So under Ministry of Social Justice, they can ekta smile project ko na, ekta even Dimapur is also selected since last year. So ekta edu project to Grace International ko na, ekta NGO bra pai na. So last year I think they have sanctioned some amount for survey group le. First phase they have surveyed and they have submitted the report. So now they are waiting for the second phase, which they will collect all those bakers to shelter home, where they will train them with any like handicraft, no like kiki group le laga, where medical support will be there. Then from there they can get trained Gurina around, like they will be released so that they earn their own income by themselves. Indonesia, that is the program which the government has come up with, and Dimapur has been selected, and like I said, Grace International NGO edu sai ase. Then the other thing to like, I don't what our officer, the police officer said, I think among any staff, I mean like understanding though, because as a juvenile, they like minor as a kiba chur khan or the crime commit kuri only because of minor they have been released. Na, or that same person is coming. So I think Taila Pavanado, if why don't we study on this also, and I think we can give report jointly to the government. Na? It means the habitual offender karni or further keep a like punishment. Itu alak punishment ekta hogule paruna na paru itu nishna aro kwa nishna school di bi bullying kan thagi only since they cannot be punished because of minor na itu nishna I think we'll have this kind of program afterwards also to discuss all these issues. Anyway, thank you.